Ladies and gentlemen, these were 3 of the original 4 that started everything off for us in Operation Gatecrasher. At least I think Robin was there. If not, then my bad, he's just standing here cuz. And Helena and Baller both got clapped, so maybe Robin wasn't there. Maybe it was just Kingpin, Jets, Helena, and Baller. I don't know, it's been forever, but it is time for us to do the class overview, because I did use a new class pack, if you guys didn't see that by now. It's the TAC 4 class pack, which replaces the 4 classes with new ones. And of course, I will also be going over the, the playable aliens, saying a few words about what I think about each of those. And I know skirmishers are not really anything new, they were not changed by any mods, but they're here, might as well say a few words about them too. And of course, I will be going in this order. I'll be going in this order shown here. I will display everybody who ended up being that class. And yeah. And if you guys don't want to watch this, which I can understand that some people might not want to watch this, then you can just go ahead and skip this mission, because this is going to be its own separate thing, so you can just skip right onto Leviathan if you want. But if you want to hear about my opinions on the class pack and the playable aliens and everything else, and if you want to share your own opinions, then you can stick around. But because of that, we are that being said, we are going to start this off. If you guys see a lot of cuts, it's because I'm just pausing the recording to get everybody all set up, so do not be alarmed. And let's start this off with, I think Guardians were first. Alright, so a total of 4 Guardians were trained up on this mission, but only 3 survived to see the chance to go on Operation Leviathan. And then they all got a decent amount of missions. You got 5, you got 30, and you got 9. I thought they got more. I thought Jolt and Graylo got more screen time than what they normally get, when they actually got, but no matter, they all saw action, they all got kills, they all survived. Now, Guardians are pretty much just the cover-up specialists, so the specialist curse wouldn't haunt these guys. Because you remember a better advent, specialists just could not live past Sergeant. That was really baffling to me. But, regardless, if we look at the soldier abilities, it is much like a specialist, with more hacky, shooty abilities up here and more medical abilities down here. And of course, being very paranoid about my soldiers' HP and their well-being on missions, I went down fully the medical line with everybody, but you know, got Haywire Protocol, a couple other things, Passenger to Discharge. Because the funny thing is, I'm running Hack Plus in the background, which is why all of my specialists have freaking amazing hacking abilities. It's because each time they pass a hack, they get 5 hacking score. And every time they fail a hack, they get from, like, I think 1 to 3 hacking score. It's kind of OP in the long run. As you saw a couple missions ago, we actually, during the Chosen Adventure Defense, we managed to hack a sectopod with a 100% chance. So is it OP? Yeah, but it makes hacking a little bit better to use, a little bit more reliant, because at least as you're hacking stuff, you're getting better at it, as one would expect. With practice comes increase in skills. So, yeah, that is what it is. They're specialists. I love specialists. They're not my favorite class of this class pack, though, because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's pretty much just a rename of normal specialists. So, and Revival Protocol, for some reason, like, was really buggy this playthrough. Like, it didn't work on dazed soldiers, it didn't work on soldiers who were panicked, it I don't even think it worked on soldiers who were... No, it worked on soldiers who were unconscious, but that's about it. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But, yeah, overall, solid class. I like the Gremlins, I like the Hacky, I like the Healy. And Jet will probably see action on the final mission, maybe Jolt, depending. But I know I'm going to bring at least one specialist on the final mission, and my vote is again for Jet here. So, overall, nothing really different about these guys except for the name change, so let's move on. Alright, next up are our Havocs. And most of these guys saw at least 1-2 missions of action. Jax, of course, saw the most because he was one of the first Havocs we got. And Havocs are kind of a mixed bag with me because they have cannons and they have stun lances, or swords if you're playing vanilla. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like they're the gunners from Longmore where they have that useless little, like, fucking butter knife. But it's still a mixed bag. Now, clearly, there are two clear paths you can take down with these guys. You can either go a stabby path, or a shooty path, or a stabby path. And I kind of lean towards more the shooty path, because the shooty path was a little bit more reliable, because with the stabby path, if you took down the stabby path, melee has such a god-awful chance to hit in base game, non-Long War 2 Xcom. It kind of not really much. But at least combined with a exosuit or warsuit, these guys kind of fill that heavy weapons role quite well. Obviously, of course, Sappers do that the most, the best, but, you know, Havocs can pick up the slack here and slap on a warsuit and everything's all hunky-dory in the world. Now, one thing I gotta say from the start is Bullet Swarm and Lost. Bullet Swarm does not count for headshot kills against the Lost, and I guess because it's not a standard shot, and you know, the Lost rules are very specific that it has to be a standard, primary, or pistol shot to be able to count. And I still think Bullet Swarm should have been able to be available to headshots. So that's my only real gripe I have with these guys, but like I said, I always went kind of one-sided with the shooty path. I do have a couple of people down the stabby path. There's All-In down the stabby path. And you're really the only stabby person I have. Plus 10 aim, that's pretty much just Blade Storm. Even that plus 10 aim can be pretty lackluster. So, yeah, I mean, we might not even see a Havoc show up on the final mission. Kind of depends. Maybe bond pairs will allow Jax to go in. Probably not anybody else. I think Jax has the biggest chance of going on the final mission, if anything. But, yeah, I don't know how we feel about Havocs. Kind of a 50-50 mixed bag here. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have their moments. But at the same time, not really the best. But that could just be me, that could just be my playstyle. So that's what I think about Havocs. We'll see if one of them gets a special chance on the final mission. But other than that, it's time to move on. Next on the list, we have our first alien. We have our Mutants. Mutants. These guys, I never know if they're happy to be here, if they're excited to be with the rebellion, if they want to walk around the base, stomping around the base, whacking, clocking people upside the head because they look so fucking pissed off all the time. But other than that, the Mutants, I think, are my favorite alien out of all of them. Not just because they're, you know, the highest level alien you can get. It's just that, look at the soldier abilities. A lot of these tend to be shooting abilities, especially Marauder here at the end. I love Marauder. Being able to fire twice turns you into a fucking skirmisher without the grappling hook. But their lack of mobility is made up that the fact that they're fucking tanks. Like, not even alien, like, not even enemy Mutants can live up to the power and just brute strength that playable Mutants have, especially with the Advent Nanoskill vests. Because in case you didn't really notice in previous missions, Adamant Nano Skill Vests gives only armor +1 and health +1. Or well, armor +2, health +2. I think I got better stats because of the Purifier Autopsy. But these things turn mutants into freaking brick walls. Like, don't get me wrong, mutants are fucking burly and powerful even without it. But with the Adamant Nano Skill Vest, these guys are almost untouchable. And it's fucking beautiful. I love these guys. They can just soak up so much damage. And they can deal a good amount of damage too. Like, their aim is freaking impressive. Like, well, you have a superior perception PCS. But, I mean, even without that, you're still at like 90 aim. You also have a superior perception, which then you're at 80. And then you're just at 80 because you have no PCS. But, God, I love these guys. It's a shame that counterattack never really triggers with mutants, so we still got to be careful around lancers and that. But being able to walk up and slash the guy, especially with Blade Storm, so you get a pretty much guaranteed chance to slice. These guys are great. We're definitely having at least one, maybe two mutants on the mission, but we definitely need our fucking walking tanks. These guys are awesome. I love them. Mutants, you're beautiful. I love you. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, next on the list are the Pathfinders, and the Pathfinders are the most interesting, because the Pathfinders kind of base their ability based on the weapon they have. So it's kind of like a better barracks, where you have a shotgun, you get hunkered down, you have a sniper rifle, you get squad sight, you get a assault rifle, you get really nothing, and if you get a cannon, you're practically useless. But this time around, if you are a Pathfinder, and because of this weapon training, Pathfinder gains squad sight when equipped with a sniper rifle or +5 MAVE after moving using an assault rifle or pistol. That makes them really adaptable. Like, if you have a mission in the tunnels, give them an assault rifle. If you have a normal city map, give them a sniper rifle. And these guys are really the most adaptable, out of my opinion. They're probably my most favorite out of the TAC 4 class pack. It's because of their versatility. Like, they can freaking have a sniper rifle, squad sight. They have a pistol, +5 aim after moving. So even if you have to move, get to a better position, you can still shoot the pistol with a little buffer to your chance to hit. And don't get me started on the Dark Lance. Like, I know the Dark Lance isn't added by any mods, but the Dark Lance plus blue screen rounds, hallelujah. Holly fucking Yuya. And Robin got the most missions, of course, out of everybody. And let's take a look at the skills here. The skills kind of, I feel like all of the skills of the Pathfinders, no matter what tree you go down, they kind of work with either an assault rifle or a sniper rifle. Like, even, okay, I thought that was cereal for a second, or cereal. Why so cereal? But in the zone, that can work with a sniper rifle or an assault rifle. You know, you launch a grenade at a group of enemies, you destroy all the cover, you have your squad-sighted Pathfinder take a shot, kill a dude who's standing out in the open now in the zone, you get a free action. Especially with the Dark Lance, you take another shot and you pop somebody else. And then with a assault rifle, you can just move in for a flank. You move into a flank, you kill one guy, you get a free action, throw a grenade, use an item, do whatever. You know? Phantom is always okay for those missions like Retaliations where you don't get concealment. Chain, well, those are just Xcom skills. Strong Point is... Strong Point's probably only useful for a sniper rifle. Pinpoint Shooter is good for any weapon, even a frickin' pistol. Headshot works for both assault rifles, and yeah, these guys are the most versatile, because at least 90% of their abilities will in some way benefit either a sniper rifle or assault rifle. But we're definitely going to see Robin and Kingpin out on the final mission. These two are pretty much guaranteed to get in. Especially Robin with this freaking Dark Lance, I'm telling you, it is amazing. So Pathfinders, really fun, really adaptable, really fun to see what you can do with them. But other than that, we've got more classes to go see. Next, we have our Psi Operatives. Now, they are not changed at all by the Attack 4 class pack or any other mods. But since they're here, I mean, they deserve to be looked at too. It is a class overview, so it's kind of not fair if you just cast away a class. So, I don't know if this is new or not to the War of the Chosen version of the Warlock weapons, but the frickin' psionic repeater actually has a chance to stun. I never knew that, but that's pretty cool. I have to admit, that's pretty cool. And of course, Psi Operatives, it's kind of redundant throwing them in the Psi Lab for a month, or 2, 3. I didn't spend that long with my Psi Operatives, because as soon as they get domination, they start seeing action. But overall, Psi Operatives are the Psi Operatives, the crazy fucking mind powers. And I still like the fact that I made Voodoo here look like a fucking avid warlock. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, psyops are psyops. What can I say? Moving on. Next on the line is our Sappers, and before I even go into the abilities, the whole shotgun grenade launcher combo is definitely an interesting combo. I don't think it'd be my go-to. I think I'd prefer Long War Grenadiers, where it's just an assault rifle, then a grenade launcher. But these guys definitely had their moments. And we will just look at Sadie's here. Looking at their abilities, I was kinda one-sided when I chose their abilities, because Sappers, you know, they were the demo experts, especially with Vortex grenades. Don't get me started on those things. But Sappers, I feel like, you know, they're always running around with their fucking shotguns. Shotguns are okay, but I feel like shotguns should have been on a separate class. That's just me, but I feel like they should have been their own separate class. You know, maybe another option for Pathfinders. I don't know, but I never really went down this tree a lot. I mean, close combat specialist. I think Helena had that before she got captured, and I mean it worked, especially against Warlock Psi zombies or Spectral zombies. Sorry, just the same thing. But yeah, I mean, I normally use them for demolitions. Nope. So, yeah, I mean, they're definitely not my favorite, but we'll probably at least see maybe 1 or 2 on the final mission. Probably definitely one, and I expect it to be Mercedes with her Mutant buddy. Sorry, meme. I know you got captured. You did get you back, but you're probably going to be sitting the final mission out there, meme. Sorry, pal. But other than that, I mean, Sappers, they're good for what they are designed for, and that's blowing shit up. And I definitely made them blow a lot of shit up, as you can see here. Oh well, I mean, it happens. You know, some classes just get pushed to the side or completely one-sided. And apparently they're completely one-sided. But anyway, I got other classes to talk about. Let's continue on. I almost hit the launch mission. I almost launched the mission. Whoops, that would have been bad. And now we have the next alien on the list. We have the Sectoids. And the Sectoids, in my opinion, are probably the most fun to use. Because, I mean, they're Sectoids. You get to raise zombies. You get the mind spin. You even get other psionic abilities. So you're pretty much training up a psyop without needing a psylab. And that's pretty cool. I mean, Sectoids aren't the most powerful in the mind, but once you get them up there, they're pretty good, I have to admit. I mean, sectors are just fun to use. You know, like, you gotta be careful around stun launchers, zombies, mutants, pretty much anything else that can fly up and smack you in the face, because sectoids still have their melee vulnerability because they're sectoids. You know, it's not like they're a special breed of sectoids, they're just sectoids. Sectoids with names. You know, overall, I'm surprised Void Rift. I'm surprised Void Rift is here and not Domination. Like, I feel like these two should be switched. Don't get me wrong. Void Rift is an insanely powerful ability, and it should be later on down the line. But I'm just surprised it's the very last ability. I'm surprised Domination is the very last ability. I don't know. I've made most of my sectoids psionic based because, well, they're sectoids. But there's a couple where I went mainly down the shooty path. You know, but I think they all, well, most of them got Marauder by the end of the day. So we'll probably definitely see maybe one, maybe two sectoids on the final mission. You know, we'll see. But not really much to say about these guys. But hey, they're really fun to use. So let's move on. Alright, and next we have our skirmishers. And same with psyops, they weren't changed at all, but I still think they should have their moment on the class review pedestal. And just like I said in my first World of the Chosen playthrough, the skirmishers are probably my favorite class. Not a lot of people say that, but skirmishers are my favorite hero class. Not just because I only was able to use the skirmishers during this playthrough, but overall, just the early grappling hook, being able to fire twice, the ripjack, all that stuff is just cool. You know, like, being able to frickin' grapple up on the high ground, whiplash like a mech, whiplash a mech, shoot one trooper, shoot another trooper, get teamwork, shoot another trooper, what have you, you know, combat presence somebody else so they can take an action, like combat presence a psyop so they can get a domination on a high priority target like an Andromedon. Just the amount of stuff they can do in a single turn is astounding. There's like so many possibilities you could do, and the skirmisher going on the final mission is obviously Kingpin with Robin, as I said when I did the Pathfinders. Kingpin and Robin are the tag team demolition duo. They are guaranteed a slot on the final mission. But boss, you had some time with us, boss, and sadly, the priest Bishop got killed. Boxed all over 10. She will be remembered. But like everything, gotta go finish a game. Last but not least, we have the last alien on the list, the Viper. Vipers are interesting. I learned things about Vipers that I didn't know before. For example, I'm surprised that they can't break free of their bind and crush. When they're binding and crushing something, and they're like crushing like an Advent Trooper, the only way they're gonna get out of that is if the Trooper dies, or of course the Viper takes damage. Now, I thought there would be some like ability that says, you know, let go, let the grip go, or something like that, but surprisingly, that never happened. None of that. There was none of that. None of that preemptive breaking free. If a Viper binds somebody, it's a fucking commitment. They're in it until their target is dead. That's some determination. In the middle of a firefight, just frickin' binding a trooper in the middle of a firefight, because I'm pretty sure when you're binding somebody, you don't get cover. You're technically standing out in the open, but at the same time, nobody shoots you. Like, bruh, you're standing out in the open, you have no cover, you're binding a target, you're binding one of them, and yet nobody shoots you, nobody bats a flippin' eye. It's like, alright, But some notable mentions for the abilities: Untouchable, Rapid Fire, Enhanced Spit. Nice. I don't think I ever took Molt. I think I took Molt on maybe 1 or 2 Vipers, but other than that, Enhanced Spit. 5 points of damage. Imagine if normal Vipers did 5 points of damage each turn with their fucking Poison Spit. That would be fucking horrifying. Anyway, my top favorites are probably Skirmishers for the hero class, Mutants for the playable aliens, and Pathfinders with attack for a class pack. As always, you'll find all of these mods and any other mods I use in the Steam Workshop. All you gotta do is check the mod list below, copy and paste whichever name you want to the Workshop search bar for Xcom 2, and you'll probably be able to find it. But just a fair warning, most of the mods I use have separate War of the Chosen, vanilla, and maybe even Long War 2 versions, so depending on what game version you want to play, I check to see what version the mod is calibrated for, because there are differences. But ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we set up Operation Leviathan and get this campaign done. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be with you in just a minute.